All right, we are back with Wonderful Pretty Cure, episode 3. And this one was like a crazy episode in its own right and all that stuff. But it's starting to make me think. I think I'm falling in love for Satoru now. Anyhow, I need to review this episode, so let's get on with it. Anyhow, so what was going on in this episode is like obviously it started where we left off, and Araha and Kamogi go to the Niko Garden for the very first time with Mey Mey. And so we got to see the garden, and it was, oh my gosh, these scenes in this, like, that part was, like, so beautiful and stuff like that. Niko Garden was, like, a very, very, beautiful place, and, like, all the, gemstones on top of it and like that. And so, Mei Mei showed them the Niko fruit, which is like this gummy fruit that looks like these little paw pads. And he gave them to the ostrich that they saved in the last episode, and that basically, like, healed it up into top shape and all that stuff. And then they went to, talk to Mei Mei about everything that was going on. With some a little bit of shenanigans there, because, they were more distracted to, like, the cute snacks and the tea and everything like that, not really, paying attention to Mei Mei that much, because he was, like, telling them, please be serious. This is a serious situation. I need you to stay focused as I explain this to you. So he re-summarizes what he, like, basically said in the, like, last episode to them earlier. That something happened at the Niko Garden, and some of the animals was missing, along with the, patron person of this place named Niko-Sama is missing. Some kind of patron ruler or something that created this place for all these animals that used to actually, like, some of them used to come from the original world, because they look similar to animals from our world, but they're not actually from our world, but they do have similar traits because of them because of, like, their ancestors or something like that originating from Earth. And I did spot out that, Iraha did look at the jewel that was half broken and all that stuff. And it seems like all the animals in the Niko Garden are, like, fine and all that stuff. It's just, like, some of them are missing, and they are the ones that turn to Garugarus, along with, like, mysteriously Niko-Sama going missing as well. So it just, like, gets me wondering, who is Niko-Sama? We don't even know the villains or why, like, it got attacked, because Mei Mei really doesn't have any, idea about how he became a Gargar in the first place and all that stuff. So he's kind of stumped with it too, and he's, like, asking for the Pretty Cure to help him and all that stuff and help find Niko-Sama. I'm just kind of wondering, if Niko-Sama's missing, we don't even know who the villains of the season are and all that stuff. I'm wondering if, not only if Niko-Sama probably, got affected with the Garugarus stuff, or must have been kidnapped by the villains. It just, like, seems to be, like, handling that direction, or that they're kind of, basically had to fly from the Niko Garden because of the attack on the garden, and they are somewhere knocked out, missing in the real world. That's kind of my theory of, where Niko-Sama could be, or what the situation could be, but we don't really have any details on that, and that's just me theorizing. And so, Arha mentioned about Satoru and wanting to tell him about the Niko Garden animals, but of course Mei was like saying, no, you're not allowed to tell him anything. You have to keep Pretty Cures and the Niko Garden a secret. We can't let them out. And so that, like, we can't let that secret out. So she was a bit bummed by that, but they had to go back to Earth, and so with that, they already had the mission to, like, go find the Garugarus, and with that, take them back to the Niko Garden so they can be healed. And then she runs into Satoru and, like, almost spills the beans on it, but they were, able to, keep everything down, because, like, in the last episode she kind of left her on, like, the when they went to go find the Gargoyle ostrich from last episode. And so, when they split off and everything like that, Daifuku noticed something, and they came to where the egg of another Gargar egg, which was found by Satoru and Daifuku, and they obviously, when they were, like, found it, and, thinking about, like, what was going on with Araha and all that stuff, yeah, he kind of figured it out already that she was not telling the truth, because she is a terrible liar and all that stuff. But he was really interested in this egg. It looked really odd to him, and he went into, that sciencey phase as he studied what this egg could be, and he almost tried to touch it until Daifuku told him to get away from it or something like that, because Daifuku can't speak, so that's like his way of telling him when it's dangerous or something like that. But yeah, they kind of went back to his place to study more on what was going on here. He couldn't find anything about like what this egg could be and all that stuff, so he was really stumped about it. And one thing I noticed that like in the background, I seen the post pointing this out. He has these like little animal encyclopedias, a lot of them actually, but there's like these specific ones that are in the back, and they have like these little color codes and stuff like that. And if we know about the little color code system that Pretty Cure does, that's a hint to the colors to the mid-season cure definitely, but we don't know yet. So from what we could actually see from it, there was like we had the cure colors, and then there was these two other colors that looked like to be a yellow and this peach, or I'm saying like I'm trying to remember like what the colors were and all that stuff, but maybe I'll already have the image up to like simplifies it better, all that stuff. So in other cases, from what I saw, people have been thinking about that the mid-season cure could be a duo cures from the looks of it. And people have been saying that Toyama or Dagafuku could be the mid-season cure, or both could be. So that could be a thing, I'm guessing. But, like, anyway, that is really just a theory, so we can't really, dig too much into that. But anyhow, back to the episode itself. The next day, Satoru basically went to go find that egg again and look at it, but then he found the egg was shattered and hatched, and then it disappeared into smoke and all that stuff. And so he looked behind him, and there was the Garugaru, which was a rabbit, and it looked really a little bit different because it had a gem on his head. And he was in oh my god, he was in so much trouble. And so Iroha and Komugi sensed the Garugaru and came to the scene, even though he was telling them to leave because it was dangerous and all that stuff. Not like he was in a dangerous situation to begin with. But Iroha's quote saying she definitely cannot leave her friend behind and all that stuff was kind of good to see that. And then the transformation happened, and I'm saying okay, so they didn't do a group transformation this episode. But they did a lot transformations of Komugi turned into human and back into a dog. So I'm guessing that's gonna be why the transformations could be short, because they have that into the runtime and all that. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about that. But anyhow, they basically transformed into Cure friendly and Cure wonderful right in front of him and all that stuff. And, they had to, try and stop the, Garugar rabbit, but they couldn't because it was, so fast and everything like that. And thanks for Satoru, and that the creators, let them have the ability of being very knowledgeable with animals, he was able to help them out real good about, how we could, get this animal to calm down so you can heal it and stuff like that. And, that was really good information talking about, how rabbits are really cautious creatures and stuff like that. So it was really nice to see. And that was able to, help, heal the, Garugar rabbit, which transformed into a tiny rabbit called a Kettering animal. And we've been seeing these guys in the promotionals and all that stuff. And so this is the rabbit, and she's all weak and stuff like that, wondering what was going on and all that stuff. So Kirin animals definitely can speak and are special than from the regular Niko animals. And so yeah. And when they mentioned about they were pretty cures and stuff like that, just Satoru's face with the eyeglasses, man. I like it when anime characters with their glasses do that sometimes, when they're says, "Oh, so that's what's going on here," because that's literally what was on his face, and it was really funny, and I liked it. But yeah, they had brought him back to the Niko Garden with Satoru and everything like that, and they met with Mey Mey to where he explained what a Kettering animal is and all that stuff, and he of course was pissed that they told Satoru about the Niko Garden and animals, but since Satoru said that he's not going to tell a secret and everything, like Mei Mei feels like he's like gonna like Satoru a lot because like Satoru definitely listens to him and all that stuff. And they're saying that we're gonna help you find Niko-Sama and all that stuff, of course, and everything like that. So definitely, I am kind of glad that Satoru like joined the group now because like with him in charge, I'm pretty sure like when we get the information and lore stuff, he's gonna be our listener and fill in onto these other brainheads that apparently do not want to listen. Sorry for calling Iraha and Komogi brainheads, but yeah, that's what they're basically talking when it comes to like filling in information. But anyhow, that's actually my review for Wonderful Pretty Cure episode 3. And in episode 4, we get to seem to like get more information on Mayu and Yuki, Nakoshi Yuki. I need to figure out how to like say their last name correctly. But anyhow, yeah, we get to see them in the next episode and more about Pretty Holics. So let's get started with episode 4 next week. And I'll see you next time in my other reviews and stuff like that on my channel. See ya. Bye. And stay wonderful. Wah wah.